Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Hope. So in this video I want to talk about the requirements for getting a part-time job here in Korea and getting a part-time job as a student, because that's what I'm conversant with. So that is what we are going to be looking at today. It's going to be pretty brief, and I hope it will have all the information you need to get you started. Okay, so applying for a part-time job as a student, that means you have the D2 visa, that is for student that is in college, like the bachelor's and the master's and PhD students. You have the D2 visa, or the language school visa, that's the D4-1. Yeah, so if you are holding these two visas, then you can apply for a part-time job as a student. We are going to look at the things that are important for you, the things that you should keep in mind while you are applying for these jobs. Okay, first thing you need to know is before you work, you are supposed to apply and be allowed to work legally here in Korea. So you have to go through the whole application process and then receive a verification or something of that sort that you have been given permission to work before you can proceed. Otherwise, you may receive a penalty or visa may be affected, something like that. You will receive a punishment if you work without permission and they get you. If they do not get you, then you win, but if they get you, then you will be punished. So the first thing you need to know is the number of hours you are allowed to work actually depends on your level, your current level of education. For example, if you are a bachelor's student, you are allowed to work for a maximum of 20 hours a week, and if you are a master's or PhD student, you are allowed to work for a maximum of 30 hours. So when you get your job, you have to put that into consideration. Sometimes you may want to work for more hours, but those are the hours that should, reflect on your contract. Also, if you are holding a D4 visa, you have 20 hours as a maximum for you to work in a week. And another thing you need to know is that for you to be allowed to work, you have to have stayed in Korea for a minimum of 6 months. You have to have been studying for a minimum of 6 months before you are going to be allowed to get this part-time job that you are applying for. Okay, and next thing is, I think I talked about it before, but you have to get a contract. You have to apply. You can apply online via the Hi Korea website, or you can go to the offices directly, submit your papers like in hard copy. So you need to get, I'm going to tell you the documents required at the end of this video. But you need to apply if you want to work legally and peacefully. It is better for you to get a contract. You need to get a contract showing how many hours you are going to be working for and what is going to be your pay, like how much are you getting every hour, and every week how much are you going to get. So they'll split that up for you and give a total. So you take that to your school and then they will verify, and then you also have to get a permission form from your school once they have accepted that you are fit for this job. And then next thing is, most of the jobs in Korea require you to have a certain level of TOPIK, the test of proficiency in Korean language. So yeah, I think before you start looking for a job, it's better for you to have at least TOPIK 3 and above, because that's what most look for. And besides just having the topic, you also have to be able to speak, so that your topic results will back you up, because you're going to be speaking to people. So it's better for you to be able to actually speak the Korean language. So some businesses, like some employers, will take you if you have level 3, some will only take you if you have level 4, so level 4 and above. So it depends on your employer basically, but you need the topic certificate. And then you also have to be getting good grades. Like you need to have a 70% attendance, or you need to have gotten not less than a C+ in your most recent semester. And once you get the job, you also need to keep working hard. You need to keep the good grades, because otherwise, if they notice that your grades are going down because you have started working, then they are most likely to not give you that permission to work again, because it's like you cannot handle work and study. So if they come to that judgment that work is affecting your study, they may revoke that permission for you to work, because your study comes first and then your work comes next. So once you get a part-time job, do not focus on just the money, because the money is good, but you need the grades to keep the job that's bringing this money. So that is basically the process of getting a part-time job. So these are the documents you need to prepare. I have said you can apply online. Nowadays, it's very easy to apply online. You just create an account with a Hi Korea website, and then if you are not comfortable with Korean, they have English, so you can use the website in English. You can apply online. You can go to the immigration office directly. So these are the documents you need. You will need a contract form from your employer, and the contract form has to show the money you are getting every hour and eventually every week. And then second thing, you will need a permission form from your school. So after you get your contract, you take your contract and permission form to the school, and then they will sign it for you. You'll need your results from the most recent semester. As I said, you must have gotten 70% and above of attendance in all your classes, and you have to have gotten a C+ and above in your grades. If not, then they may judge that you cannot handle both work and school at the same time. Okay? And also need to know the details about the business, your employer. So I think this one your employer will give you. They'll give you their business ID, and it's the business registration number, their location, the employer's ID and name. So you will need to submit these as well, because I think they need to verify the ownership of the business that you are going to work for. So after you get all these, there is an application form on the Hi Korea website. You go fill that out, upload all these documents, and submit. So if you have submitted online, then they will send you an email telling you that your petition has been received, and then after some days they will send you an email that tells you that your application has been granted or rejected. So if it has been rejected, they tell you why, so you can fix that. And if it has been granted, then you can just go on and start your work. But if it has been rejected, you can try again and apply, fix whatever was wrong. And just make sure that before you decide to work illegally, you know that there's going to be a punishment Like with the High Korea, whenever we are extending our visa, we need to, give in our bank statement. So while they check your bank statement, they will find some, should I call them irregularities, and you will have all this big money coming in, and they will ask you, where is it coming from? So they will find out that you have been working and yet they did not allow you to. So in that case, that's when you'll face the punishment. But once, if they do not find out, like if they pay you by cash, yeah, you may survive. But if they're paying you by the bank, and you haven't applied to get the work permit to work legally, then that may affect you. But we all have different luck. So yeah, that is all I had for you guys in this video. I am going to make a video about how to get a part-time job in Korea, like the websites and applications you can use. So make sure to check out my next video. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Yeah, let me know if it has been, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.